Ready.
Okay, hello everyone. This is George from Minimap, and today we are here with Alex or Alexi, and he's from the studio called Th Torshak. Is that did I call it?
Yes, correct.
Yeah, Torshak, and he is going to participate in Steam Next Fest with the game called Total Reload, and we're going to be talking about that a little bit. So, Alexi, can you tell us a little bit about your game?
Yes, I can tell you, of course, it's a puzzle game, 3D
Mhm.
puzzle game where you should walk in this um, sci-fi space and solve the puzzles based on wires connection between different objects. You
Mhm.
have to find out how to connect wires, find the way how to solve puzzles, open the doors, move forward,
Mhm.
and connect every system in one single massive system which allows to transfer energy from the start to the end of the game.
Mhm. Mhm. All right. So this game is actually about helping an AI solving like the world crisis or saving the world, right?
Oh yes, it's kind of you have to help AI, which is your body. It's like you in real like in game, and you have to find out who are you, who is the AI, its story, and what happened in this game during
Mhm.
the solving the puzzles.
So how did you come up with the concept like like why did you choose to make it AI?
It's like mainly a common idea of like both two members. It's me and Alexander.
Hmm. Hmm.
We have been thinking how to uh, how to explain. It's probably connected from one side. It's like main idea of the
Hmm.
storyline. From another side, it's like idea of transferring the story,
Hmm.
basically narrative. Our character is not just like a body which doesn't speak. We want to make him speak
Oh,
and
okay.
interact with player during the gameplay.
Hmm.
Basically, it should like react on the actions and give feedback and feed the player with the pieces of story
Hmm.
during the process of solving puzzles.
Oh. So can you tell us a little bit about your studio as well? Like how are the team like what's the team members like or
Yes, of course. It's like two guys studio basically.
uh-huh.
We both finished our uni and decide to start making a game. Like,
Okay.
yes, it's all basically a simple like idea. Let's start a game dev and we moved in it.
So
Yes.
this has to be your is this your first project then like as a
Um,
studio?
yes, it's my first project as like two guys studio. Like,
Hmm.
but before I had been working in company as a developer, so
Oh,
like yes, it's not like from the scratch, but still we are
okay.
like joined together, and after that, it's like our first project.
So what's like the main difference between working for a big company or I don't know if it was big, but like working for a company versus, being an indie studio dev?
Yes, he's a one big difference. It's like massive responsibility for everything
Hmm.
you
Hmm.
do during for all your decisions and uh, marketing, basically all pieces of this like promoting,
Hmm.
developing, like project managing, everything lies on the shoulders of a few people, literally. That's like massive difference.
Mm. So what is like the most difficult part of being an indie dev now? Then should you say marketing or is it like coming up with ideas or?
I think it's like I wouldn't say we have like some massive like one hardest thing from everything. Uh, all the time we have all the time we have obstacles. Like first time we have like had programming obstacles. Over summertime like developing artificial intelligence, like
Mhm.
researching new technologies. And right now we boomed on marketing and promoting
Mm.
basically.
Okay, I see.
Yes.
So what engine are you guys using?
We are using Unity 3D engine.
Oh,
I would say like it's not completely true. We use like physics from NVIDIA physics from
uh-huh.
Unity 3D,
Okay.
and game has its own engine, like partly developed, like partly use Unity physics.
Mm.
So
So do you enjoy using the engine? Is it
our
difficult?
custom engine, yes, it's quite comfortable. We developed it for our game, and
Uh-huh.
it's fit us like quite well.
Oh, okay.
Everything works smoothly.
Oh, so
Yes.
how long did it take to come up with the system then?
I would say like probably a few years we have been developing from the scratch this engine,
Okay.
and after that we are polishing in it.
Oh, so
Yes,
it's basically like you guys have started it while in university and then kind of like developed it from there.
yes,
That's cool.
correct. Even recently I introduced some new like improvements in this engine, like interaction system
Hmm.
was improved a bit slightly.
Oh, that's nice. So going back to the game, I mean, I don't know if a lot of other people will think this way, but like I think you might have been inspired by Portal series a little bit because of like the concept of the whole thing, or were you guys actually inspired by that? Like, do you guys like have you guys played that game before?
Yes, of course, we played in Portal and many other puzzle games.
Hmm.
I would
Hmm.
say we were inspired with many puzzles games like Portal, Talos Principle, Antichamber, like Witness, of course, kind of like such puzzle games. Many people compare us even with Witness, like
Mm, okay,
they
yeah.
say like they see similarities between us and Witness more than with Portal, but of course graphics looks like more similar to Portal,
Uh-huh.
close to it.
Yeah. Were you guys like inspired by any like other like media, for example, like a movie or any other TV
Uh,
shows?
I would say we're more inspired with games and
Okay.
books.
Oh, which
Books and
book?
games like artificial intelligence books,
Ah,
books
okay.
about artificial intelligence. Basically, we introduced some books like Easter eggs into the game, and players will
Oh.
see like which books we read to be inspired with.
Oh, so they have to actually find out themselves by playing the game.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, of course.
So what's the play time you say? Like how long would it take to beat the game?
Uh, the first part, which we uh, published on like demo, it's about 2 hours
Hmm.
estimated time.
Hmm.
But full game, we're still not sure how many how player would be able to, how long does it take to
Hmm.
solve all puzzles, because
Hmm.
uh, variety like from 10 to like a few days, like
Uh-huh.
probably 36 like hours to solve all this like infinity playing like without non-stop playing like 36 hours I would
Oh,
say,
wow.
but not sure like it's like end. Some players stuck and like would go to forums and try to find out how to solve something.
Okay. So have you like is puzzle game your favorite genre of games? Is that why you guys started the puzzle game?
Uh, yes, it's one of my our favorite genre of a game, but I personally I like also strategy games.
Oh, okay.
Yes, it's like one of the most favorite games. It's like old uh, game from my childhood. It's like Steel Soldiers. Do you
Mm,
know?
okay. No, I think I might have heard the title, but I haven't actually played the
Okay,
game.
okay.
Okay.
Steel Soldiers is one of my favorite child
Oh,
time game.
okay. So what is your favorite puzzle game then?
Puzzle games, it's like, of course, my favorite, like Talos Principle, Portal, Witness, Antichamber, and Myst, if we would say about old version of games,
Mm.
puzzle games, Myst.
Oh,
Yes.
okay. So like is it very difficult to come up with these like puzzle elements yourself because you're not like trying to solve a puzzle, but you have to actually design the whole puzzle yourself. So that
Uh,
would be more challenging.
yes, partly I would say to develop puzzle is more harder than to solve it.
Yes, yes. That's what I was
Yes.
thinking too. Yeah.
Yes, it's hard. I would say it's much harder to develop, to introduce the sequences of puzzles than to solve them. It's not just sequences of puzzles. It's the way how you describe a story, how you introduce them, how to teach a player to solve them. It's not
Mm-mm.
just like one puzzle by itself. It's a whole like process to look at the everything as with player eyes and
Uh-huh.
try to make him not stuck, to be able to learn something new and to move forward.
Right.
Yes, that's the main thing which we try to make. Yes.
Oh, so is so for the game, are there like levels or is it just like just ongoing story? Like how does
Uh,
it?
It's like mainly it's like ongoing story in different locations. I
Mm-hmm.
would say it's like massive space where like you have to move forward and solve puzzles during like moving. As far as you move, like you getting more information about the game story. And
Ah,
I
okay.
wouldn't say it's like chambers, like rooms which you
Mm.
can separate like in Portal completely.
Uh-huh.
Like more like one massive world.
So it'd be like kind of like a cube where like you open this door, I don't know, like
Yes,
go and
you
then go to
you
another,
yes, yes,
keep
it's like
going.
a space where you like move forward and even can move backward and like
Oh,
look back and look like the difference what happened. Yes, it's like not like one going forward story. Like
oh, okay. Oh, nice. So like so what is your favorite part of like do you actually enjoy like you said it's difficult to come up with these ideas, but then do you actually also enjoy that, like coming up with puzzles?
I'm not a like main developer of puzzles. It's like Alexander, but
Ah,
yes,
okay.
I enjoy to develop them. Partly, of course, I take like part in developing of puzzles, of course, at the start or even like during like process of developing. Yes, I would say I'm enjoying like to develop and to tell the story through the like mechanics and gameplay
Mm.
and
So
so.
so sometimes, oh sorry, so sometimes after you kind of like design the puzzle and then you have to like test it, right? Test it out to see
Yes, of
if
course.
someone actually can solve it or not. And then have you been where like oh, this puzzle is not going to work, and then you have to like totally wipe it out and then start over? Has that happened to you
Yes, we
before?
had too many puzzles which we wiped from the game.
Oh,
Like, yes, it's not like you developed a puzzle and like it's ready to go.
yeah.
No, it's like you developed it, you tested it, look like player reaction, how like interact with it, how it's solved,
Uh-huh.
and after that you polish it or like completely wipe if like it
Right, right.
doesn't work at all.
So who usually does the play testing though?
Our friends or like people from the internet
Ah,
mainly.
so you're kind of like, oh, hey, I had this one, and then they kind of
Yes, yes.
solve it.
Guys, we have new.
So you obviously like, you guys came up with a idea that you guys thought, oh, this is gonna work, and then you kind of asked for feedback, and then they said, no, this is not gonna work, right?
Yes, yes,
That
of
happened.
course. We even record how player plays
Hmm.
in like some puzzles and look at the reaction of them, how they feedback and
Yes.
advice about something like, oh, I don't like these buttons or this is too hard, and we
Mm,
take to attention and change, improve it.
right. So how do you communicate with like your potential players? Like, do you have do you use any other channels, or how do
Uh,
you?
we communicate with them via social media. We
Hmm.
have groups
Hmm.
on like Twitter, Instagram. We
Hmm.
have like accounts on it and always like contact somebody all the time. Somebody write us and like suggest something. I don't know. Even people we like never saw before just knock into like account and say something. Oh, I played in this game, enjoyed it, and but I have some like advice for you guys
Oh.
and suggest something.
Yeah, I really, really kind of like that part of the indie, especially like indie game, like, group, I would say. They kind of like try to help each other out because like, obviously there are some people who are not too experienced. There are very experienced people. It's like it's a mix up of all these variety of people, and then they kind of like gather and see like how they can
Yes,
help out. Yes.
yes. Of course, it's very like it's a very good thing. You can communicate even with like freshers or
Mhm.
very experienced developers.
Yes.
We have contact to some like developers of okay well-known games, and they give like provide feedbacks and suggest us something like about improvements in game. Yes, it's
Mm.
very useful thing to have like such community.
Yeah, awesome. So when you have a disagreement with your other member, how do you guys solve that? Like, I'm obviously it's a two people studio, right? And then you guys
Yes,
sometimes
yes,
would disagree on something. Then is there like a way you guys kind of deal with a problem or disagreement?
yes. It's very interesting question. I would say uh, s- sometimes we have disagreements, even like recently we had. How do we solve them? The first thing, we try to give the game like to players and look how they react on like
Uh-huh,
game.
uh-huh, uh-huh.
And based on this, like we decide, is it like good idea or not? How we can improve it? If our disagreement is quite huge or massive, uh, basically every member of team try to approve it to show like it's really important and really like interesting for players,
Mhm,
and show like approve a decision to introduce some like idea into game.
mhm.
Some ideas like doesn't make sense for Alexander or for me. For example, we have been struggle with like idea of company name.
Ah,
At some
okay.
point, I was like, okay, it doesn't matter for me. Even grass green would be great.
Yes.
Like,
Yeah.
and he came up with Tashok, basically. Yes, it's mainly Alexander's idea. He thought it's quite good, and I was like, yes, great. But from another side, I'm more designer. Visual part is like my crucial thing here, and I have been struggling with logo of a game of company and
Mm-hmm.
also games like still a bit work with it. So we try to show our the best parts and introduce them into the game.
So what speaking of your company, like what does it mean though? Like is there like a meaning behind the studio?
Yes, it has meaning behind. Basically, it has two parts like to shock, which contains the name of the city where studio is located. It's
Oh,
like
okay.
city, and from that side it's shocking, shocking thing. Like
Ah,
so, yes, how we came up with this name.
oh, okay. So because I kind of like thought, it kind of matches with the theme of the game too, because like it's obviously going through electric currents and all that, puzzle, and then the studio name was like
Yes, yes.
Shock. So it's cool.
We joined two words, mixed them together, and got this name. Yes, how it happened. And
Yeah.
also, logo of our game is like a spark, uh, which I was inspired from, like indie. I was always think it's something like hard, should be like uh, splashing or something like that. That's why we
Mm,
got this idea of like spark and introduce and instill it inside our logo,
mm,
company logo.
right. So, what's your daily routine like?
Um, Usually, it's my our daily routine is quite different. For example, personally, my daily routine is more like right now. Uh, Opening a Unity project, looking at bug list and
Uh,
try to find out how to fix something. But literally, a bug list is too small now, almost zero. And
uh,
right now, I'm working on transferring the game from our PC platform
uh-huh.
to Linux.
Okay.
And also, it was developed for these platforms from the scratch,
Mm,
but still have some like problems with it. And basically, that's all. Like not hard for to like it's not hard list. You have to just fix bugs list and
mm-hmm,
make it work on like on Linux.
mm-hmm,
Yes, and from that side, Alexander has like a list of streamers, let's players, and share the game, like contact from them, like uh, to provide information, to interact with them, to have
mm-hmm,
a conversation,
mm-hmm.
and uh, to how to call this, to send requests to festivals.
Right, right, right.
Yes.
So, have you guys been into any like any game festivals before, like as a team?
No, we wasn't on game festivals as a team, as our new team. It's like our first massive festival
Mm.
which we enter.
But have you been to a game festival like yourself, like alone?
Yes, of course. I have been like as a player, as a like user, as a watcher. Of course, I was on like different popcorn festivals,
Uh,
like indie jams, like
all right.
different festivals. Yes, of
Which one
course.
was your favorite?
Indie Game Dev, I think my favorite festival.
Oh, nice. Why is
Or
that?
even okay, or even Game Jam, I would say even better.
Mm,
Uh, why it's better? Because you take part in this festival, like you join to some like team and try to invent
hmm.
something.
Right, right.
Yes, straight away on this like festival.
Oh, oh, nice. Yeah. So, if you can go back in time, would you still be a game dev, or would you choose some different path?
I think yes, it's like I think it's a good idea to have a creator. Basically, I'm not sure about I would be like a game developer, but I definitely would be a creator.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
Oh,
create
that's
something new.
oh, so that's your jam then. Okay, nice. So, if you can also go back in time, do you have anything you want to like change, like you want to do differently if you know everything that you have?
Yes, yes, yes. Um, if I knew like how the marketing goes, we would start the marketing like from the scratch. Like
Hmm.
even without writing a game, we would probably start like telling about this like
Right,
game to
right.
people.
Hmm.
Yes, it's the main thing which I would change from the scratch.
Hmm.
Probably, of course, team things I would change like the approaches, of course, how we would interact with people, like which
Hmm.
want to join with us
Hmm.
to
Hmm.
make a game. Yes, probably not much things to be honest.
Yeah, I think I mean I've talked to a lot of indie devs and then a lot of people say like marketing is like the most difficult part of their journey because they know they can make a great game, but then it's really, really difficult to reach the audience with the game that you have. So,
Yes, I completely agree with this. Like, it's hard to make to transfer your idea to
mm,
audience, to make them understand you, to see like your trailer, to like it, to transfer like music, atmosphere. It's not like making a game; it's making videos and like media thing which allows you to promote your game. It's not like a game dev; it's like marketing dev, like another hard thing which is like not it's not easy for simple developers.
right.
Yes.
So, how do you like make the music? Like, how did you come up with the soundtrack and all?
Oh, it's Alexander. Like, yes, he synthesized. He has a friends which like sound designers and
Uh-huh.
music writers. Yes, they helped him with music, with soundtracks. That's how they did it.
Oh, okay. So they're also kind of like part in the project as well, you would say?
What? Sorry.
So the people who helped out with music, they're also part of the project, you would say?
No, no, they just decide to help us, like, uh, came out from nowhere, like, as a friend, like,
Mhm.
yes, and it's Alexander friend, Alexander's, and he just decided to help him because he quite good at it, and he was like, oh, I can help you with music because I see
Mm.
your options not that nice, and I would like to transfer my idea, so he helped us, yes.
Oh, that's nice. And do you think it's kind of like a curse, I would say? Because I know a lot of developers, they have no time to actually play other games because before they were developers, they used to be like, passionate gamers. And then once they start developing, they're like, oh, I don't have any time to play games. And do you think that's kind of like a
Yes,
curse?
yes, I can understand it. Yes, personally, I, as a developer, as programmer, don't have a time at all, even playing our game. To be honest, yes, you all the time research something new, learn new technologies like artificial intelligence.
Hmm.
Intelligence is like the crucial thing for me right now. I all my time spent like on researching, learning, and I would, yes, I don't have to play like people's game. Like even our game, it's hard to play for me. Literally just a few checks of like new things which I introduced, and even after even I can check them properly. Sometimes Alexander comes to me and say like, oh, this feature doesn't work, look at this properly, and after that I return back and look like, what's going wrong here, like
Yeah.
that's how does it work right now personally for me. Some people of course write me and ask like, oh, did you play this game
Yes,
and
yeah.
recently came out this game. I was
Yeah.
like, for like 6 years I probably play in my work. Yes.
So What's the last game you finished?
Uh, I think it was Witness. Yes, it's like Witness, the last game which I finished. Before it, I finished. Yes, it's Witness.
Oh, wow.
We inspired a lot from this game. It's
Mm,
like this, they have Jonathan Blow has the same like mechanic, not the same, but similar like connection of things
mhm.
and solving the puzzles, which influenced us quite well. Yes,
Mm.
and we tried to instill it inside our game.
So, before you actually started to develop this AI themed game, were you also interested in the AI, like the whole thing, or it was it you kind of started developing and then you kind of became interested in it?
First time I wasn't interested in AI
Mm,
at all, but many people around me was like mad about it. In my
mm,
uni, like people from our faculty was mathematics, and they basically went to MIT,
mm,
and now they developed artificial intelligence, and
mm.
some of them helped me with like ideas how to improve something, how to
Right.
make it learning, how to develop my
Mm,
AI.
mhm.
Yes, right now I'm interested move to it like I think it's a future like of like artificial things, like very important thing.
Right. So, did you always want it to be a game dev, even like before when you were young too? Like, was it?
Yes, basically, I always have been thinking, who am I in
Uh-huh.
future?
Yeah.
I felt like, am I like astronaut, like engineer?
Yeah.
Mostly, I dreamed about to be an engineer,
Oh, really?
but later I was like, okay, engineers doesn't mean only like to develop something from metal or wood, like, and I moved to be programmer
Mhm.
engineer. Uh, How that happened? Yes, at school time, probably like sixth class, 6 years of education, I started to invent my computer like from the paper and cardbox. So yes, at this time I think it's like the first time when I started like to be started interested in developing of like computer things, programs,
Mm,
and um, how to call this like welding of micro schemes.
mm. Okay. So,
Yes,
no, I mean, so it's kind of like dream come true then, like you became what you wanted to do, be in a
I
way.
think yes. I think yes.
Okay. So, oh, do you also have a like a philosophy in developing your game? Like,
Uh, yes, basically, from the start, I didn't have it.
hmm
Or I would say over time, I started to have more and more philosophy of developing
hmm
of a game. My main philosophy is like you have to develop a thing in many different with many different options.
mm
What does
Okay.
it mean? If you develop mechanics, you should be able to change it. To develop in the way, you can change it easily,
hmm
adjust like speed, high of jump, or something like that. It's a crucial thing when you develop a game because during the playtest, player can like complain on something, and you have to easily to change something in this game to make them like to give feedback about it, like is it okay or not. It's not only just moving mechanics, it's also about like it's everything from moving to even like brightness of screen, I don't know.
hmm Okay. Nice. So, what's your expectation going into participating in Steam Next Fest? What's your goal?
uh, I hope we will collect probably, I hope a few thousand of wishes
Okay.
and collect massive nice feedback about our mechanic and
Uh-huh.
like uh, about like how do people feel about this game, what do we think.
hmm
Personally, I expect like they should be happy about this game.
Okay. So would you rather like the be players be, oh, this puzzle is very difficult to solve, or is this is very fun to play?
I think should be something average between like that. our audience is more like hard player, I would
Mm,
say,
mm,
old school player,
right.
which like hard puzzles. It doesn't mean the puzzle is hard, but
Yeah.
it means like we have to like try different options to
Mm,
solve it, like
right.
to develop a mind to solve them.
Nice.
That's how it is.
Nice. So, do you have anything to tell the audience before we go, or do you have anything you want to add?
I think I should say hi to our audience and invite them on our festival and invite to play in our game. I hope people will be happy to play with
Hmm.
Total Reload and get like new impression and new like fresh like ideas about puzzles and new view of things which we instill in this game.
Hmm.
I hope we will have a good time with our product.
Nice. And what's the best way to reach you for gamers?
Sorry?
What is the best way to reach you for gamers?
The
Discord,
best way,
Twitter, or
the best way is like post on social medias
okay,
and yes, YouTube mainly. YouTube, social medias, the best way to reach our players. Also, Twitter, quite useful. People
okay,
subscribe on our like channels, interact with us.
okay. So if you're watching this, please go wishlist and play the game while during Steam Next Fest, and yeah, tell Alexi, all the feedbacks, your experience and all that.
Thank you.
Yes.
Yes,
Yes,
thank you very
and
much.
yeah, thank you for having the interview. I really enjoyed it.
Thank you very much for your interview.
Okay.
It
Thank
was a
you.
great time.
Thank you. Okay. Bye, everyone. Go play. Go wishlist it. Bye. Minimap, your ultimate gaming hub.